G'day guys, 5:30 on a Friday afternoon, and what that means is I've spent far too much time making this. What this is a adapter to go from 1350 series yoke pattern on the end of our HGT sequential gearbox to 930 Porsche size CV joint. Now, this is a little bit thinner than what you might have seen in yesterday's video. I didn't want to have too much interference going on between the threads going into here for these bolts and the threads that go the other way for those bolts. Once I actually made the thing and had it sitting on the bench, I thought there's actually no big deal there at all. Until I started to drill the bolt holes from this side for the 1350 series flange and had a whoopsie daisy. So there's 4 bolt holes there that are no longer used. They would be that one, one of those over here somewhere, and that one there, that one. So no big deal. It's not going to affect the strength of it significantly. It's still balanced. It's no problem at all, really. I could probably have just run around and put another hole in the missing spot, if you know what I mean. So one here, one here, one here. I could do that and make it lighter. It wouldn't affect the strength of it at all, really. So next step is to bang that on the gearbox and make sure it still runs concentrically like it should do, because if it doesn't, it's going to go in the bin, and then we'll just pay someone to do it on the CNC machine. But I'm pretty confident that it'll be okay. I've checked with the manufacturer about the torque for this nut on the end here. Make sure we torque that back up to the spec that it's supposed to have. And then I guess tomorrow we can start making the equivalent of this out of one of those. This one took like 2 days. I'm kind of hoping this one will be a bit easier. I learnt a couple of tricks on this one. The machine didn't break today, amazingly. Got the little notches machined out of here. A little bit of tomfoolery going on to make that happen. Basically, I took the 3-jaw chuck, the one we had yesterday, and I mounted it onto here. Boom, and then set everything up, and then you could just literally crack the chuck loose, spin the part around, mill this piece, mill a piece on the other side, spin it around, mill that bit, quite effective. Poor man's workaround for not having a fancy CNC machine. We'll get that balanced as part of the drive shaft, so the CV joint will be in there. This will be bolted onto that will go off to be balanced, so if there's any errors with this, it'll be taken care of. I forgot to weigh it. It's going to be light, right? It's going to be much lighter than what it was yesterday. I've done these bolts up. I don't really want... let's undo them and weigh it. Let's do that. There you go. Pretty light, eh? It actually just... Oh, look, it's going backwards and forwards. Losing weight, gaining weight. That's actually helicoils. I have put helicoils in it just to give it more guts, more strong. There's only 2 that I haven't done at the moment, which I probably will do. And I want to get some longer ones for the 716 UNF bolts, which are the correct size for our flange here. I was going to drill this out to 12mm, but decided against it. So 534, and that's a steel. That's pretty much the same, isn't it? It's about the same height, near enough. That would be the equivalent sort of weight if we made it out of steel. Way less than half. Half would be 622. To make it easy, it just changed for me. 622 would be half. 534. So that's good, and that's, like I say, that's 7075. That's a very, very strong grade of aluminium. So we should have no problems with that at all. Going to go fit that back on the gearbox, and then we'll fit that and we'll check that it's running true. Alrighty, we've got a tiny little bit of run out. Bit less than 0.1. Oh, goes a bit the other way there. We'll call it 0.12, bearing in mind our needle is on a 30-degree angle or something like that, so any movement that you get is exaggerated. So it's 0.1 of a millimeter run out, which is pretty acceptable. A brand spanking new CV joint will have that much run out just to have clearance on the balls, etc. So that'll be totally fine, and like I say, the shaft will be balanced on this, so they'll set that up in the machine on a similar flange to this one, and it'll take care of anything like that. That's nothing. 0.1 of a millimeter is no issue at all. Blurry, probably blurry for you, but just to confirm, just with the trying not to crash it to the ground, with the CV joint bolted in there, only a couple of bolts. We've got, sorry about everything in the way there, from a pretty similar sort of reading. You'll see the needle dance a little bit because the outside diameter of the joint is probably 25% of the error that we're seeing. We're going to take that down before we have a falling incident. See. Alright, the rain's really starting to come down, so that'll be the end of recording for today. It'll sound terrible for you, but there you go. I told you I'd make one of those. Yeah, I'm doing this all. It's there. Where is it? It's up there. So now I'm going to make 2 more. That'll be pretty boring. I'll try and find something else to entertain you while those are being built in the background. And then we're up for making a drive shaft, fitting a shift cut knob, and finishing off all the little bits and pieces. Then the fun starts. Tuning time. Right, thanks for watching. Oh, a bit of a milestone the other day. Didn't mention it. We've had over 300,000 views on the channel. Thanks guys, awesome. Also over 22,000 hours of people sitting there watching this ugly face tell stories about that and other things, right? Pretty stoked for that. That's pretty awesome. Thanks heaps for the support. And yeah, alright, catch you next time. Cheers, bye.